I got diabetes. I ain't go to the doctor though.
What? Holy hold on, y'all. This is getting ridiculous in here.
ASP, they gonna take my foot out the wild.
What the are you to put that cake down?
My foot be numb. I wake
Put
up, my
that
foot
cake
be numb.
down, brother.
Yeah. They can take my foot. They took my uncle foot.
You can say that now.
Till my foot gone.
Till your foot going, dog.
Y'all ain't gonna live but 2 years longer than me and be mad.
That's your mentality, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you why that don't work. Black people, we are the most up people by high blood pressure, diabetes, cholesterol. How the does a virus that don't know no color affect black people the most? You answer that question. So it ain't always about what you want to do, because you may be an extraordinary gentleman, my brother. You may have the body and the DNA to be able to eat what the you want, when the you want, how the you want. That don't mean your nephew and your niece can. Don't mean your auntie and your uncle can. Don't mean your cousins can. Don't mean your whole family line can. So the ignorant you saying works for you.
Yeah.
Not our people.
I ain't telling them to do it, bro. I'm gonna do it.
But the babies watch by example, dog. That's just life. That's real life.
Yeah.
You know that.
Yeah.
Whatever you did in life, whoever you love, whatever you did, you learn by example. By example. If I'm lying, I'm flying.
Oh no, you real. But the thing about the COVID affecting black people more, I think it's deeper than that. I think it's healthcare. I think it's the areas. I think it's marginalizing people.
I'm just telling you about black people being up the most.
Yeah. But I'm just
virus
thinking
that
I
don't know no color up black people the most, because we already up the most. And why? Because of programming. That's all I'm simply trying to tell you. And that programming leads to thinking, I could do this, I could do that, because our grandparents had to. The general cause is to get our people as a whole to think a little bit different, because the easiest way to knock us off is through food, water, and miseducation. Simple as that.
I think miseducation should be first.
You like arguing. I could do this all day, but I could agree with you on that.
Yeah.
But you're gonna die without food or water.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna die without an education, so we can argue about that part too.
But he said something interesting. You said y'all gonna live 2 more years longer than I and be mad. Mm-hmm. So you okay with the lifestyle around what you said, food and water, because you okay with that?
I can't do it. I'm gonna have me some chicken wings, bro.
I ain't arguing with you. See,
Yeah.
that's the part where I'm not gonna argue with how you feel on what you wanna do. Let's X you out the picture.
Yeah.
What about your family? Mm-hmm. What about your aunt, your uncle? What about those who came before you that lived? Do you have any family members?
Yeah.
Have they suffered from health issues?
Yeah. We got a bunch of feet cut off in my family.
You funny as
Holy
bro, I used to. No, SP, I tell you.
Oh, no!
Hey, it's the wrong show.
No.
Hey.
Man. Bro, I used to lotion my uncle's nose.
Dog, come on, dog. Is that the right for him to say? I got a bunch of my family got their foot cut off. What the are we talking about? I got a bunch in my family that got their foot cut off.
Yeah.
That's insane. When are we gonna stop the feet cutting off? When is it gonna stop, dog?
They keep dying.
God,
Leave them hanging.
this gotta stop, man. This comfortable with his foot cut off. I gotta lose a foot. I gotta lose a foot. What?
I'm ready.
You don't gotta lose a foot. Like, breaking news. You don't gotta lose a foot.
He one of those dudes that's cool with that. Like, I'm chipping away from him. And the only way to chip away from Chan is like, I don't talk to him about how we talk. When I talk to him, I'm talking to him about his wife and kids. So that's how you got to get to him, because he one of them country bumpkin dudes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
he
shit
cool
don't
with
matter.
like, hey, if I make it to 75, I'm good. Like, that's him.
Yo, dog, I might want to stay healthy, walk right out of here and slip on an M&M and break my neck. That's life. That don't got nothing to do with the babies. Like, we now at a point where we have no choice but to start thinking about those who come behind us just for the times we're on and the times we're in right now. I'm not telling you to be a fucking vegan, bro. I'm not telling you to even not eat meat, not eat I'm not one of them kind of people. My suggestion is what I would tell anybody that's brown, black, Spanish, even poor white people. be as healthy as you can for your family because they don't give a about you on the other side. And that's real life talk.
That's so good.
If you gone and you're a breadwinner, think about it. You made your way out the fucking mud, figured it out, found a way, did it, put the work hours in, put the work ethic in, did all of that shit, made your name, it's cemented. To throw it the away and not to say to the next generation, okay.
SP though, I gotta challenge you because that's hard for some people. Like, to me, I always say it's like the path to enlightenment. This is part of it. But that be over our people's head.
It's time for it to not be over our people's head, because what's over your head is what you keep saying is over your head.
Right.
If you accept that energy to where it's over your head and not say this is the reality of the situation where we are at as brown folk. Why the does he care? Have you asked yourself that? Why the does your brother care that much? You want to get your foot cut off? You from a long line of foot cut off? Why the does he care that much? Like, you got to ask yourself that. You willing to say, I'm eating, I'm ready to die, cut my foot off.
Get it.
He waking up every day, chipping you down to not get your foot cut off. Why? Why is he like that?
Cause he care about me, but there's extremes, bro. You seem extreme and he's extreme. Well, you gotta enjoy your life.
I'm extreme with leniency.
Enjoy like people give up on pork. God gave me swine. He loves me because he gave me that pork. Yes, he does.
Stop it, beloved.
He loves me.
Oh my God. Nah, dog. Nah.
You don't eat
You ain't
pork?
gonna do that. No,
It was the cheapest
I'm
food.
47. I'm from New York City. I eat pork since I was 12. I knew chitlins was wrong.
Was you eating fried chicken?
I definitely eat fried
Hold
chicken.
up, hey, we gonna let Chang gonna make you some chitlins right now.
Well, you gotta
Just
boil
go
them
back
out.
with it.
First, you gotta boil them out. You gotta boil them out to get the doo-doo out of them. And once you boil them out, now they cleaned up because that hot water done hit them. Now you press them out, then you cut them and you flash fry them. Side. Oh my God. That's Jesus.
Garbage.
You know what you talking about? You talking
babies,
about?
God.
That's
You
Jesus.
don't care about
That's
the
Jesus'
babies, God.
fingers.
Look, listen. I'm gonna be honest with you.
That's it,
I am
right.
47 years old in November. If you don't give a about you, I'm cool with it. I got better do than me to give a about if you get.
Right.
I'm gonna take a few minutes or a few hours of repeated conversations with you. If I'm comfortable with you not giving a about you.
Yeah.
The babies, not so. Don't tell your babies this shit.
Yeah.
Keep it with him. Keep your chitlin cooking. Keep all that convo between him.
I feel like you don't peel back the curtains on your conversation around this ultra versus science thing. Like, you don't go deep.
It's all individual.
Exactly.
Individual.
That's what I just said.
But he don't do that.
I don't do that. What works for you?
Right.
Do you want to go through life measuring every little mother thing you put into your body? Does that make you happy? Yep. It's based on individuals and what you like. Me, the way I've always been, nah. And you're not controlling when it's time to go anyway by what you consume and put in your motherfucking mouth. That's how I think and how I believe.
Right.
It's not what works for Ocho Cinco.
Right.
It's not what works for all of us individually. It's what's gonna help us at the end of the day as black, brown, whatever you wanna call it, kings, queens, gods, people. Now, if I ask you, Mr. Ocho Cinco, what kind of watch is that?
Richard Mille?
Okay, what kind of sneakers are those, Ocho?
Air Force One.
Now, to me, that means Mr. Ocho Cinco, to his spending ability, always buys the best that he can for the outside of his body. Hold on, let me finish talking, right? Everything on the outside of his body is always drippy.
Right.
From when I've been seeing you, for the glasses fly, watch fly, sneakers fly, sweatsuit fly, shirt fly. How many times a day do you wash, Mr. Ocho Cinco?
One.
If you could wash multiple times a day, if the time permits, would you?
No.
That's you. What about you? No, I'm just saying, y'all football players, y'all might be
I'm averaging one right
I'm
now.
a little, you know, but if you could, damn.
You might be.
Yeah, I'm just saying, if your body stink, you're gonna
I'm
wash
one and
it
a
to the
half.
most. You're gonna wash the outside of your body to the best of your ability.
Yeah, but my
you put
mindset-
on the best of your Look at everybody's sneakers.
Right.
Look at everybody's wrist. Look at everybody's jeans. Look at everybody's shirt. Right. When the f did you monitor the insides of the same?
Right.
Ooh. When did you wash or care about your insides, Mr. Ocho Cinco?
Every time
the same exact way. You just gave me a bunch of bullshit
every
about
time.
the individual with the body, this and that, but he didn't say that about the outside of his body.
You hear me?
Just the inside. He didn't
Every
throw on the
time
Timex. He didn't throw on bull skippies. He didn't do none of that shit. He made the sure that shell, the frames, the watch, the sneakers, the sock, every time I ever seen him.
Right.
Laced.
Right.
He'll eat bullshit though.
Who said it's bullshit? It's
I
you.
said it's
It ain't bullshit to me because it worked for me.
It's bullshit.
It always worked.
Now I just asked you earlier,
It's like I
what
just-
about the majority of
Why?
black people?
I'm talking about me.
Right.
I'm talking
And
about
I
me.
said-
I'm speaking from a
and I
perspective of me.
honest- and I said
it
I
works for
respect
me.
that.
What it does for me.
I respect
you
that
call
as
it trash, but it's
individual.
done wonders for this body.
And I respect
what's on
that
the
as
inside?
an individual.
Okay.
What about the black and brown race is all I'm saying to
So
you. I'm
want
not
me,
talking to you about an
hold on, hold on.
individual, dog.
So you want me to give the message to all the people that don't even
No, I
listen?
want us to give
they
the
don't
message.
listen to begin with. Let's start there.
I don't.
We don't listen to begin with. So I'm not going to be the one preaching what we need to be putting in our body. And we can't even stick together. We crabs in the barrel.
I'm not a crab.
Not you.
I'm not a crab.
No, I'm talking about the
and I'm not a
Wait
crab,
minute.
and I'm going to teach the
Let's
other
talk.
kids
If we gonna
how
go-
to not be a crab.
Let's-
And if you want to
let's
talk, you
talk
can.
about us. Let's talk
I'm
about
going to tell
us
you
as
about
people.
that first
As
of
a
all.
brown,
We're
as a
going to get
black.
into this, me.
Let's talk
Because if
about
you want
us.
to talk about crabs in the
Let's
barrel,
talk about
I'm going
us.
to tell you why they're crabs in the barrel.
Why?
Poison in your body leads
The
to
bat ain't got nothing to do with it.
toxin thinking.
That
You ain't gonna tell me this. You know why?
We can't even think together
Dog,
and do things as one.
I'm somebody
We
who
can't
would've
even do
shot.
things as one.
I'm gonna be real with you. Years ago,
I like
I'm somebody
this.
who would have shot,
I like this.
stabbed, or whipped anybody that violated me with the slightest. What I thought was a violation because my ego, my pride, my toxins, not understanding my love for myself, my body, my community, my temple, and my family as a whole. So I don't disagree with what you're saying as an individual.
Yeah.
I could wholeheartedly say 100, 1,000% as an individual, bow down. I respect it and I understand it. I am not here as an individual though. I think as we as brown kings and black men don't start waking up and f***ing the time there's a pandemic and say, it's beyond individual, dog. Maybe you can't change it. Maybe I can't change it. Maybe B can't change it. Maybe those two can't change it. But together, we could get up that field a little bit. We could get that one extra f***ing yard. We get them 5 extra yards. If we say together, we're gonna kick this motherfucker down. And we can get you, maybe we can't throw a bomb and get all the way down the field. Keep getting that first down, dog.
We gotta talk about free game on this show. And we talk about loving your wife. We talk about sexuality with your wife. We talk about raising your kids. We talk about all making money.
Sexuality
business.
or just sex with your wife?
The sexuality, I'm nasty. ISP, I'm nasty. I don't even
thought I
know.
was
My
freaking
wife over there, bro, I'm nasty. And her ass in trouble tonight, too.
What y'all doing? Y'all gonna do the kitty, or y'all gonna do what
I'm
y'all?
gonna crank something up. She sent me something about, it was like a guide on oral pleasure. And it was like 14 topics.
We go.
Yeah, and it was like switch it up. It was some things she sent me, she texted me, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna try it tonight. So she gonna get it tonight. But Ocho, your kids seeing you eat McDonald's. My kids seeing me eat fried chicken, chitlins
They don't even eat
every
like
single
me.
day.
They don't eat like me. They don't give a what I do.
But SB, I'm just saying now. But to Ocho's point too, you said we need to set a precedent of health, just like we set a precedent. My kids understand. My wife takes my kids to our investment properties. She lets them know. She lets them see how you flip an Airbnb. Like they know all the business side of life. But them motherfuckers gonna eat a piece of fried chicken wing every
Now
time.
you want to
I
walking around Airbnbs with 1 foot? Is that what we want? We want the babies thinking, I'm from a family of 1 foot. Or to say, if you got a wife that sent, let me ask you this now. You got a queen that loves you enough to say, hey, I'm gonna express to you our sexuality. Let's do this on. Your dick is not gonna work in a few months, bro, off of food. Now you can think this is a bull. When you get to a certain age, it's blood flow. Your dick gets hard. I'm sorry.
No, go.
I'm sorry.
What you
for
mean?
sure.
What you mean? What you mean? That's what you talking about.
You know why a lot of young dudes is on Viagra and you know how many young black fellas is on pills? It's outrageous. Have you ever thought of it? You going to, y'all got money, so y'all may not go. Have you been to a bodega store lately? Rhino pills this big, man back, horse, Playboy 5,000 hours, break her back, this and that. They in a bodega like this and it's young dudes. Let me ask you this. Why you think young fellas, a young black African strong young man, why is this not working? You want me to tell you? It's the bullshit he's putting in the system. His blood's not flowing right.
You cool with that, Chan? Because you talk about sex all the time.
Listen,
because you okay with dying early. You okay with dying early. But are you okay with you and
you know
wifey
what?
not?
My wife gonna drag me out the wheelchair, but that motherfucker gonna be rock hard.
But
I'm gonna be numbing it up. But I'm gonna be ready when she jump on top, and I'm gonna turn over and see what I can do if I can put my knees on the bed. But it makes sense though.
Your back ain't anything no longer.
No, I ain't got no deep
This is
stroke.
what I'm saying. Look, let me.
When you ain't got
you
no
know what
leg.
you know where I may have put it wrong, where you and Chad may not be accepting this as well. I may be, presenting it as it's all about being healthy. That's not where it starts. It's all about balance, so we can survive as a people. It's all about I got up this night. You know it because you did it as a athlete. Damn, I drunk too much. I did this and that.
I never had alcohol.
But maybe you didn't know.
No, I never
I'm
drank.
sorry.
But I understand. Yes, yeah.
Some one of y'all motherfuckers did it.
Yeah.
I did too much. I went over the top. Now I'm gonna get into this gym tomorrow. Hit a couple extra miles, jump a little extra rope, hit
3
the
gallons of water.
3 gallons of water, hit my Gatorade, hit my pickle juice, sweat it out, right or wrong. Balance,
yeah.
right or wrong. I fucked up. I got to get to this game. What did you do to make it right? You did something good, or you doubled up on that workout, or you did something to make sure that it made sense. It's about the balance for our people. You may not get enough sleep. You may be eating too much bullshit. You may not be stretching enough. You may not be sweating enough. You may not be moving enough. You may not be thinking enough. All of these things you have to look at and say, if this is happening to me, how do I balance it out?
But see, that's why I'm so passionate about this conversation. We get into it at times, and I couldn't battle these two the way you just did. I appreciate you. Thank you. That's why I sat back and I just listened. But that's what House of Athlete is to me, is the fundamentals of health. But I don't know, SP, if I didn't play football, I would have never watched a documentary or fact-checked that documentary, read books on this stuff, right? In our neighborhoods, there's only a couple of us that make it out, right?
Yeah.
So this conversation is needed so people, because what you said earlier, we need to start with education. What did you say? Was it education?
He said
Miseducation,
and we put it on there.
But that's what we got to
Food,
start
water,
with.
miseducation. I think miseducation is number one.
Exactly. Right? What we're not doing, we're not having those conversations where we come from. Right? Like we just so stuck in our ways. So that's where it starts with, is just the conversation. And then now it goes to what you say, Ocho, like what works for me.
You got to know yourself. Everybody has to know their self and understanding what works for you specifically. If you want to go to Healthy Right, you can. If you want to have that balance where you do things the right way, and then, if I want to cheat a little bit, then here I go. But it's all about the individuals knowing themselves. And to me, one of the things that you did say is having the message so we can all. And it kind of threw me off a little bit when I think about us. And when it comes to us and wanting to do things as one, as a large group, we tend never to be one of the ones that the Jews got it down pat. It's one pull up from the other. And it just seems like we have never been able to grasp and being able to work as one whole unit. So it kind of threw me off a little bit, where I didn't want to be the one to say, listen, if we all do this could be the end result. When I know as a whole, we can't even do the smallest. You definitely ain't gonna be.
I think that's where it starts though, because if we able to have these conversations and say, okay, I feel this way, you feel this way. We don't have to all the way agree, but can we find a medium to say, all right, you may feel like this, but I may feel like this, but how do we work together to get our people a certain way? Like, because everybody's not going to stop eating chitlins, beef, pork, chicken, any of that. But if we could start them being minded, just to saying I'm a mind what I'm putting in my body as well as what I'm putting on my body. I'm gonna look up this food when I'm gonna get to my kid because we know what's been happening to our people.
I just dropped off my kids at school, right? My wife was already ahead of this, so I want to make sure she got credit because she was already there. So I come in at the end, right? Parent-teacher conference. Just to your last point. And I'm finally at the school. She done did everything. And at the end, they talking about, I'm looking at the schedule, but this is lunch. I'm like, well, what you feed my kids? But I'm asking that question. They're like, oh, we got an option, an organic option. You know what I'm saying? Okay, cool. How we do this? Oh, we got it 2 weeks in advance. This is the school we're at, right? So, you know, those are the conversations we got to start having in our communities. We got to be mindful of what we're putting in our body. We got to know this stuff. We're not having these conversations.
I think as it relates to the kids, you know, because I dive in every morning just to really help you out, they got apps and websites that give you the menu a month in advance. You feel me?
There you go.
But what I wanted to ask Styles was, because we know him from, you know, Rough Riders, D Block,
yeah.
You know, the whole thing. And it wasn't another group of rappers, you know what I'm saying, in their era,
right,
harder than them. Not one. And, you know.
That's debatable.
Nah, it ain't
Don't just say that
debatable in my
'cause he
book.
here.
I'm agreeing with you. It's not debatable.
This is my book.
What he's talking about.
This is my book.
It's debatable.
Name a group of rappers.
Bro, after that verses, yeah.
No, but really.
What you
Really,
mean?
put it on the surface,
Hold on.
Let me finish my thought.
Freeway,
BC.
Beanie Siegel,
That's
you
my
know what I'm
brother.
talking about.
Nah,
you know what I'm
they-
talking
I love
about.
him, yeah.
That was,
Okay,
that was
so
an
it's not
amazing
debatable?
era for hip-hop.
That's not
That's
debatable.
true hip-hop. But no,
You know I
that's
love
besides
you
the
now.
point. Let me get to
Let
my
me let
point.
him finish.
So, because that's true hip-hop, right? At least what we came up on. But I just want to know, at what moment was it something or a situation or a life-changing moment that said, you're the messenger? You know, you have your businesses, you have your juice bars, everything's
Juices
healthy.
for life, pharmacy for life.
Correct.
I feel we all messengers, and I just feel like from being from the hood and understand what it's really like to be poor and then have money, and all of y'all know this. Like, really think about it. Think about our supermarkets and the stores we visited and the things we did before we had money.
It's the food desert. They trap us
think
in a
about
box.
the neighborhoods, and think about when we had money, and how the grocery stores looked, how the veggies looked,
Right.
how the fruits. It was organic. I didn't know what the organic meant before. It took me to be a grown man to figure out organic just was natural, untouched. That's what organic means. There should be a label for the other food. Organic is the right food.
Natural.
Well, I mean,
Right.
so to say, it just means it don't got a bunch of
Pesticide, right.
like, you know what I mean? So I think when you understand, for me, it was understanding, I guess, being in the hip hop field and it being such a braggadocious, I find hip hop to be a verbal sport.